Noah.
I'm Amrit.
And we are Lackawanna Plaza, storied past, bright future.
To start you guys off with a brief history of Lackawanna, it was built in 1913 as a train station to serve downtown Montclair, then known as West Bloomfield, which was a very wealthy part. And in the early 80s, it was built into a plaza for shopping, and then in 2015, the flagship Pathmark left, leaving the plaza into a shell of its former self. The problem with Lackawanna is that it's one of the largest commercial spaces in all of Montclair, and it's one of the longest standing historical spaces as well. And our town could be receiving so much tax revenue from having Lackawanna Station fully functioning, and right now it's not.
So our plan is to convert Lackawanna Plaza into an area of affordable residential, complemented by an affordable grocery store, with the addition of a Lidl to the area. We also plan to develop a retail area consisting of a small town square, a large gym, and a bowling alley. And of course, while performing this task, we are going to preserve the historical elements of the plaza as well.
Here's our map, and on our map, over here in this structure, we plan on emphasizing retail with our town square and multiple retail spots over here. We have a gym, a bowling alley, 3 restaurants that utilize the Pig and Print space, and a Lidl, which is our anchor store. And over here, we have a giant parking lot for the surrounding parking, and a housing that will be 4 floors and 30% affordable.
So for our town square area, we decided to go with a really eco-friendly approach here. We have a fountain, we have lots of seating outside, we have lots of plants, trees, lots of grass, just a nice green space really. For our gym, we decided to add a Planet Fitness. Planet Fitness is a more affordable chain of a gym that can best utilize our space available. And we will also be providing a discounted membership for the members of our housing that we hold across the street. Our bowling alley is a little less of the run-of-the-mill bowling alley you might see. It's a bit more upscale to complement our overall nightlife, and it's a bit nicer than the average bowling alley.
So we're going to have one anchor store with the Lidl. We're going to have 3 restaurants, and one of those restaurants will be utilizing the Pig and Print space. We're going to have 8 small retail, and that's going to make up our town square. And we'll have 2 large retail, and one of those will be the bowling alley, and then the other will be the gym.
For our housing, we're going to have an innovative and modern yet sleek and affordable design here. We're going to be incorporating lots of trees surrounding it, and it's overall going to be a very nice space for people to live, and it should overall fit in the overall design of Montclair.
So we're going to have 4 floors of housing. We'll have 80 studio units, 80 one-bedroom units, and 25 two-bedroom units, and 30% of this will be affordable housing. We're going to have 2 parking lots. The smaller one of these will be more towards the retail area, and the larger one will be towards the residential area.
So the problem with Lackawanna right now is that it doesn't utilize the space that it could be using to tie together Upper Montclair and Lower Montclair. And there's nothing really that will draw people from Upper Montclair to the 4th Ward. And what we plan to do is we plan to make this town square and this big nightlife center that will be able to tie in both Upper Montclair and the 4th Ward and bring some of that money from Upper Montclair to the 4th Ward.
Regarding our financing for this project, we determined that our total acquisition cost, when you include the purchase price of the pre-existing property and the construction we plan to do, would be about $76.3 million. Now the bank would only finance us for 70% of that. So from the bank, we're receiving a mortgage of about $53.4 million, with a 4% interest rate over a 30-year term, which puts our monthly payment at about $255,000. For the remaining 30%, we plan to bring on equity partners, to whom we will promise a 7.63 return on our investment. And this is our after-tax cash flow. This is the amount of money we receive annually after taking into account our taxes and expenses. So as you can see, in year 1, we start at about $3.1 million. And assuming a 3% annual revenue growth, in year 5, we end up with $3.7 million, plus the sale proceeds from the sale of the property. It brings our total year 5 cash flow to about $56.3 million. With our required rate of return for our investors of 7.63%, we've determined that the net present value of our project is about $25.3 million, because our IRR is about 29.2, which is well above the 7.63 required for puts our annual team income at about $5 million and our annual income per group member at about $1.2 million.
Thank you.